And today we are talking about 4 reasons why you're not consistent in your business. So if you feel this is a helpful topic for other people within your team or anyone else that you know of, feel free to share this video out. So with that, we will get right into it. So the number one reason that you're not being consistent in your business is that you don't have the right mindset. So mindset is really one of those fundamental things that it really sets the foundation for your business, right? I kind of like to think of it as building a house, right? If you're going to build a house, you can't build a house, you can't build the walls, you can't, put up the structure. You can't really build that structure without a foundation, right? The foundation has to be the first thing. So it's the same thing for your mindset. You have to have your foundation first, you have to have your mindset first, and then the skills and everything else can come after that. Your skills, your tools, everything else. So make sure you have the right mindset. Spend at least 30 minutes a day doing personal development, learning something new, exercising your mind, continue to keeping yourself in that positive mindset focus. For me, I spent a while really learning about Facebook Lives and understanding their value. And for me, I eventually got to that point in my mindset where I understood their value, knew how critical they would be for me. And that's why I'm showing up every day because, but it took me to get to that mindset point to really be full in and know that I have to do this, right? So same kind of thing. You have to get to that point in your mindset where it's going to drive you to do the activities that you need to. So number 2 is you're not being consistent because it's not scheduled, right? So I heard this from some leaders and I really find it to be true. If something isn't scheduled, then it must not be a priority for you, right? Think about it. If you have a dentist appointment, you're probably going to schedule it. You're going to put it on your phone so that you don't forget, right? Why do you do that? Because it's important to you. You need to get your teeth cleaned. You need to keep your teeth healthy, and you have an appointment scheduled that you have to show up for, right? And what happens if you don't show up for your appointment? Either you're going to have to get it rescheduled because you have to do it anyways, or you're still going to have to get that done, or maybe they're even going to fine you, right? I know some dentists, doctors, whatever, they'll actually charge you a fee if you don't show up without changing your appointment, right? So it's the same kind of thing. If you're not showing up consistently when you have to, you're not going to get the results that you want, right? So if it's not on your schedule, it's not a priority. So everything you're doing, whether it's your Facebook Lives, whether it's your content, it has to be scheduled. I schedule my vacations, right? I have my vacations on my schedule every single week, every single month, whenever they are on my schedule. So if that is important enough to me, then shouldn't my business activities be just as important? So make sure you're scheduling, writing everything down, because then it will really drive home how important that activity is for you. Number 3 is that you don't have a vision, right? So have you really spent time thinking about who you want to be? What do you want to become? What do you want to be known as? Where do you want to be in a year or in 6 months or in 2 years? Do you envision yourself being on stage and talking in front of thousands of people? Do you, see yourself as being a New York Times bestseller for a book, right? What do you really envision yourself as? And you need your vision to be big enough to be able to match your goals and your daily activities, right? I mean, if you're really looking for big success, then your vision and your goals need to match that. So make sure you have a clear vision and you're really striving for that, because your vision is going to be one of the only things really driving you through every single day, right? If you don't have a vision, then it's going to be hard to keep moving yourself forward. And number 4 is expectations. So if you're not being consistent in your business, it's probably because you don't have the right expectations. So, I like to say that you really want to get rid of your focus on expectation of outcomes and really change your mindset to be expectation of action, right? So I don't know if you have ever heard the saying, but you want to marry the process, divorce the outcome, right? It's absolutely true, and I've had to make this shift for myself in my business is focus on that expectation of action, right? So, before, or, maybe for some of you guys, your expectation is focused on outcome. So you're focused on how many products can I sell today? How many people can I sign in my business? How many people am I going to get to enroll in my team? And you're focused on that outcome, right? And whenever you don't hit that outcome, you get very easily discouraged. For me, what I've found is that you want to shift that to be expectation of action, right? So now my expectation isn't at all focused on, my selling my products or people or getting people on my business. I mean, of course, that's the end goal and things that we want and we're going to need to drive a business forward, but that's not my expectation anymore. My expectation is action, right? So my expectation is that I'm showing up every single day on Facebook Live. I'm delivering content. I'm supporting my audience. That's it. That is my expectation, right? So, that's a lot easier to achieve, right? It's something I have complete control over, right? When your expectations are focused around other people and whether it's people buying your product or joining your business, that can be a lot harder to manage because you can't fully control that, right? You don't have 100% say, obviously, if somebody buys your product, right? So focusing on expectation of action also helps you feel more successful, right? It's up to me if I go do my Facebook Live every day or not, right? If I don't do that, that's 100% on me, right? So it really can also help drive you to be more successful and really being able to achieve those things. And really, consistency and marketing is it's all about consistency in your long-term strategy, right? Online marketing, growing a business, it's not going to happen overnight, right? It's just like if you went to college, you went to school for 4 years to get a degree. And if you've only been working in the industry for 4 or 5 more years after that, you might not even still yet be an expert in your field, right? So how can you expect to be, a master of marketing or sales or your business if you've been doing it for 2 weeks? I mean, it's just not realistic. It's really about your long-term strategy and your right mindset. So hopefully you guys found this valuable, my 4 reasons why you're not being consistent within your business. So I hope you found it valuable. If you did, please share out this video, share it out to anyone that would get some value out of it. And drop me a comment. Let me know which of the 4 you like the best, which of the 4 you are going to make sure you spend a little bit more time focusing on. And that's all I have for you guys today.